In this video, I'm going to show you how you can learn Premiere Pro in under 10 minutes. Now, in this video, I can't cover everything, but I'm going to go over the most important information you need to get started in the software. But if you need to go deeper, I did make an online course to learn Premiere from start to finish. So if you want to learn more, the link to that is in the video description. Let's get started inside Premiere. So to get started, I'm going to open up Adobe Premiere Pro. To create a new project, you can click on this new project button at the top left. You can name your project, and next to browse, you can click where to save your project. I'm going to check this skip import mode for now, so be sure that's on and click create. It might look a little bit different, so just to reset your workspace, you can go up to this button at the top right, and you can go to edit in. All right, so the first step here, once you have Premiere open, is to import your footage that you'd like to edit. In this example, I'm going to be editing some podcast footage that I recorded for one of my podcast episodes. So to import footage, navigate to the project panel. In this workspace, it's located at the bottom left. You can click on this import media button right here, then navigate to your footage. You can import individual clips, whether it's graphics, video, audio files, or you can also import entire folders. So as you can see, I have this media pool folder selected. I can click import. As you can see, it creates and imports that folder for me. Now from here, what I can do is twirl down to see the contents inside my folder. You might have a different view where it's an icon view. So if this is the case, just double click to go inside your folder here. As you can see, I have my podcast recording here. Now the next step is to create a sequence. So to do that, you can easily click and drag this video clip over here inside the timeline panel. Once you release, you can see that we've added our clip into this timeline. So this is the main canvas or timeline. As you can see, I'm clicking and scrubbing in the timeline here. You can click play inside this program monitor. This is your preview window to see your final video. So you can watch your video here and see the audio meters on the right-hand side here. Now, if you're completely new and you're editing video with audio, I recommend cutting out all the pauses and filler words. Premiere makes it very easy by doing this inside the text panel. So to do that, you can go up to Window Text, and you can see that it's transcribing my sequence for me. Now, if this isn't happening, you should see a transcribe button. As you can see here, our transcript is loaded. So you can click on this filter button and go to pauses. Then you can click this delete button and delete all. You can see that we trimmed our video automatically inside Premiere. Now from here, you can make edits directly inside this window. Let's say if you wanted to remove this section, you can easily highlight it and click delete to remove it. And you can also do this in the timeline. Let's go over some important tools to get started editing. Right here, you'll see the tools menu. Right now, the selection tool is selected. This allows you to select any clip in your timeline and move it wherever you'd like. You can see that I can click and drag different clips around in my timeline. This is the most common tool in Premiere. I'm going to undo that by hitting Command Z. I'm going to zoom in on my timeline by clicking on the plus button, or the equal key on my keyboard. So when I click on that, it zooms in on my timeline, and when I click the minus key, it zooms out. The next tool we have is the Track Select Forward tool. This selects all the clips in front of your cursor. So if you click on this tool and you go out forward in time, you click once, we zoom out, you can see that all those clips to the right are selected. If I click again, you can see all these clips are selected. So by using this, we can go back to the selection tool and easily click and drag different clips to the right or left and rearrange our clips that way. I'm gonna undo that. If you long hold, you'll notice that you have other tools underneath this tool. This tool is the Track Select Backward tool. This does the opposite, so it selects all the clips to the left or behind the cursor. Another common tool is the Razor tool. So if we select this, you can make cuts directly on your timeline. We have the pen tool as well, so you can click and draw out inside the program monitor to create custom shapes. As you can see, it creates a new graphic layer in Video Track 2 here. So the timeline is broken down into different layers. Our video clips here are on Video Track 1, and this new graphic layer is on Video Track 2. And you can keep adding different layers and other clips on top of each other to edit your video with several layers. You have the rectangle tool. Similar to the pen tool, this draws out different shapes. I'm going to hold down on my cursor and just select both of these clips and hit the delete key on my keyboard. You also have the type tool here, so you can click on this and type out custom text on your timeline. So for example, I can click out once, type out my text, and you'll notice that the properties are loaded inside the properties panel here. So this is where you can make adjustments to your text. You can select your text and change out to a different font that you'd like. You can rearrange it however you wish. You have different appearance options if you scroll down here, and you can align it center or in different orientations to your video. Now let's say if we wanted to animate this on screen, what we can do is keyframe it, or essentially animate it over time by animating it inside the Effect Controls panel. So to navigate to that, you can navigate it at the top left here. All effects that are added to your different clips, whether it's video or audio, are located in here. And you'll notice that each parameter in here has a stopwatch next to it. When you click on it, you enabled keyframe it. And you'll notice that we have this little dot right here. If we go out forward in time, let's say just a few seconds, we can add a keyframe by clicking on this button here. Now let's say if we go back to the beginning of our clip here and we animate this down, let's say if we move it down here and we click and play this back, you can see that we animated it on. You can animate and keyframe any of these properties here. I'm gonna remove this graphic for now. Let's say if we wanna add other clips to our timeline here. Let's say we wanna add this logo in the top left corner. What you can easily do is navigate back to your media pool folder here and click and drag this over video track 2 here. And from here, what you can do is extend the edge by clicking and dragging to cover several clips with it. We can click on our clip, zoom out on our timeline here by hitting the minus button, and click and drag to cover all of our clips on our timeline. Now what we can do from here is click on our logo and reposition it using the effect controls menu here. So we can scale it down even further, maybe down to like 5 for the scale, and we can reposition it to the top left. You can also choose to animate this as well, like I just showed you. Now what if I want to add an intro to this as a separate clip? You can see that I have this intro motion graphic here. What I can do is double click on this to open it inside the source panel. The source panel is basically like a preview window that you can see your media and video clips in before you actually add it to your project. From here, you can scrub the footage and you have different controls down below that you can use to add it to your timeline. So with my playhead at the very beginning of my timeline here, I'm gonna click on this insert button here. And you can see that inserts it inside my timeline here. An insert basically inserts it into place wherever your playhead is, and it pushes everything to the right that is after it. Now that we have our intro, let's say if we wanted to maybe add a transition, fade out the music, and go into our video clips a little sooner. What we can do is click and drag this video clip up to video track 3 and this audio track to audio track 2. Then using the tool that we just learned about, we can select our track select forward tool, then click on our clips, go back to our selection tool, and click and drag these over. Now what we can do from here is trim our clip by clicking and dragging on the edge, and to, let's say, add maybe a wipe transition or any transition to a video clip, you can navigate to the effects panel. This is located at the bottom here, but once again, if you can't see this, you can always go up to window effects. So if you're looking for an effect or a transition, this is the panel that you'd like to go to. I'm gonna search for wipe. I'm gonna scroll down and add this video transition to the end here. You can see that when we zoom in here on our timeline, we added a wipe at the end. I'm gonna trim this a little bit more here and play it back. To play back your footage, you can always click on this play button or hit space on your keyboard. Today I'm sitting down. Now the music just kind of abruptly ends, and we can fade it out by clicking and dragging this slider here so it softly fades. If we play this back, you can see what we have. Today I'm sitting down with Wade. So that's a lot better. Now let's talk about audio. Let's say if you wanted to clean up the audio clips on your timeline, if you go up to Window Essential Sound, you can see that this panel loads. Now for each different editing task, there are different workspaces that are dedicated to different tasks. I recommend switching over to audio when it comes to editing your audio. This makes the program monitor really small, but it expands Essential Sound and gives you more room to work with when it comes to audio. So from this panel, you have a lot of different presets. You'll notice that Premiere automatically tags your footage or your audio clips based on what it thinks the audio is. But if we click on our audio clip, you can see that we have a few options under preset to choose from. If I wanted to do a podcast voice, I can select that. If I wanted to clean up my audio, let's say if it's a little noisy, I can click on this Enhance button. This will use AI to enhance and clean up the audio. You have a slider control to control the amount. But as you can see, if we scroll down here, you have a lot of different controls that you can experiment with to clean up your audio. In addition to audio, you can also adjust the color. And the color has its own workspace as well. You go over to color, you can click on your clip. And what's nice, if you're just starting out inside Premiere, there's an auto button. So if you're not sure how to color correct your footage, you can always start with this. You can see it makes auto light adjustments here with an intensity slider. That way you can increase or decrease the amount that it applies. But like I said, there's a lot here and a lot to learn. When you're done editing your project to export, you can go over to the export mode at the top left. You can click on this export button. From the preset, you can choose match source adaptive high bitrate, and the format is H.264, is always a good one to go with. Adaptive high bitrate will always match the source footage, so you can always guarantee that you're getting a pretty decent output regardless. And then next to file name, it's gonna name it the same clip as your sequence name. In this case, it's Podcast Grid View, but you can always change the name of it. And then next to location, you can choose where to save it. And then from the bottom right, you can export out your video. You can see that it's exporting it out. It'll give you time, showing how much time is left to export, but that's a quick overview of Premiere Pro. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, there's a lot to learn in this software. So if you want to learn more, there's several tutorials on my channel. I will leave one that you might like linked right up there. Feel free to go check that one out. I hope this was helpful if you're just getting started in the software.